episode of the Jumping into Life podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Timmy Emerson.
Host AFHtheGREAT.
And today with us, we have a very special guest. This man here, he is what we call, what do you say? This man here, he's him, you could say. This man here we have, he is the back of house director for the back of house hospitality director for the Bloxburg Chick-Fil-A, Mr. Burt. How you doing today, Burt?
Good. How about you?
I'm doing well.
Good.
Thank you for asking. Alrighty. So, Bert, today we're gonna go into a couple of things. We just want to know, what has been your experience, since you became, since you started working at the Bloxburg Chick-Fil-A?
Well, I can say that it's been a very, wouldn't say rush, exciting experience as I've taken the role of the hospitality director. It's been a lot of fun, meeting new people, etc. And there's surprisingly a lot of drama in the back, surprisingly a lot of that.
So you work in
Yes.
So how do you have drama in back of house?
It's mostly miscommunication that we have. That we need to get a bit of exercises together.
So you've taken on the position of house hospitality director. What does that include for you? What all do you do on a daily basis?
Well, currently, my job is to make sure that all hospitality, or not hospitality, whoopsies, the interns for BOH is all getting trained. I approve trainings, meetings, etc. I'm trying to do some scheduling here and there, making sure everyone has the right hours together. Training also for a new POS system, by example.
What did you take on? What did you do?
Could you repeat that question?
When did you take on this position?
I think I took on this position a few weeks ago. I think a week or two ago. I've always wanted to become something in a restaurant, and this opens the opportunity, that door towards all the opportunities I have. A lot of stuff has opened. It can improve my experiences.
Okay, so you say that you've proven the experiences, you're joined to it. So before coming to the Bloxburg Chick-Fil-A, did you ever have any experience, working in fast food?
I did, yes. For about a year and a half. I've had a couple experiences. I used to work at the Wendy's. That was one of the applications. I used it.
Alrighty, and at this time,
okay.
We're gonna go ahead and go into our first commercial break. We'll see you in 5. And we are back. Let's get into this today. So we're going to return here with our guest today, Mr. Burt, our back of house hospitality director here at the Bloxburg Chick-Fil-A location. So, where we ended off with asking you what previous experience you had working in fast food before coming to Bloxburg Chick-Fil-A. And you said that you were previously a Bloxburg Wendy's employee, correct?
Yes.
Alrighty. So, what was the experience like switching from Bloxburg Wendy's, my bad, to Bloxburg Chick-Fil-A?
Well, there was a lot of differences as back then whenever I was there. There wasn't a POS system that we could use. There was, I wouldn't say less organization, but
Mm-hmm.
compared to the Chick-fil-A now, I would say
Yes.
that there's a bit more. As well as for Wendy's, I was the front of house. I was working for front of house and not back. And after watching the BOH doing everything, it was very fun to do that and that.
Alrighty. And, was there any specific reason that you left Bloxburg Wendy's? Or did you just leave based off your own opinion?
No.
Alright.
Well, the reason that I left would there isn't a big one. It's just that I wanted a change of scenery.
Oh, I understand that all the way. Um, so, do you are an employee here at the Bloxburg Chick-fil-A. So you understand how everybody works and everything. So you know how things work there, how things work at Wendy's. Would you say that the staff at the Bloxburg Wendy's is, I wouldn't say better, but more trained than the one?
Well, as Blackbird Chick-fil-A is like becoming better, it's improving each day. By example, we've hit multiple milestones along the way. It can always be improved, but Wendy's, it was whenever I was there, it was already organized, everything was already planned to the dot. And then the Chick-fil-A, well, um, it's a brand new thing that they started working. I applied. I'm hospitality director, so now I'm trying to organize everything together, make sure everyone's trained, etc., etc.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty. So you state that you work you work with the executive team, correct?
Yes.
Alrighty. So, would you say that the executive team of Bloxburg Chick-fil-A is ran very smoothly and professionally?
Um, I could say as everyone says, there's a moment of fun, there's a moment of professionalism, seriousness.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we can see a bit of more fun time
Yeah.
compared to the other one.
Mm-hmm.
It's just this depends on everyone.
Alrighty. So, would you say that there are any issues, with the executive team?
Well, an issue that we just passed was a problem with our executive member that we had. It was a lot of unprofessionalism stuff, etc., etc. But here we could say it's a democracy.
Uh-huh.
The executives have a vote, and then from that, it's going to become whatever the vote told us. After all that, that would be it.
Mm-hmm. Alright. So, during your time at the Bloxburg Chick-fil-A, have you experienced any so-called, I would say, racism towards you?
Nope, not at all. I haven't received any complaints, anything like that.
Alrighty. So, At this time, everyone, we're going to take our break number 2. So, did you know that the Jumpin into Reality podcast was created in 2024? If you didn't, you'll find out soon. Coming back to you very soon.
Well, it's a whole experience. There's there's ups, downs, left to right or left to rights, things that go wrong, things that go right. It's all about the risk in the food industry. Well, um, I was watching some ads. I was reading a newspaper. I saw that they were having open positions for executives, and I applied. Yep. Yes, because over not a long journey, but along the path of going to the hospitality director, I've met lots of fun people, people that respect me and etc. So it's always a fun environment. It's professional environment, everything about. I would say a good 8. Well, it would be a 10. It's just that there's been some problems here and there a lot this week mostly. Mostly with people trying to get some shifts and et cetera, et cetera. So that's just been a small little problem that we've had. Oof. I think it's gonna be a number 7. I'm gonna take the lemonade. Uh, no Chick-fil-A sauce. Mostly ranch.
See, look, no, what are you talking about? Polynesian Chick-fil-A sauce. Everybody knows you get a spicy chicken deluxe with pepper jack cheese. You take the top bun off. You pour one thing of Chick-fil-A sauce on. You put the bun back on. You take one bite. You dip it in Polynesian. Then you dip it in the Chick-fil-A sauce, and then you bite it. It's delicious. That is the only way. That is the only thing you get from Chick-fil-A with a Dr Pepper or a Sprite or a Arnold Palmer. That's the only thing you get.
Everyone has their own taste.
So, Chick-fil-A, you're supposed to be and nobody gets that either. It's disgusting. It is. What are you talking about? The peach milkshake or the cookies and cream. You don't like that's just common. Like, let me see. Let me pull up my notes.
No, you've asked all my questions, and I'm out of words.
Second, I have some notes that I want to text you. Let me just pull those up really quick. So, we're gonna jump around some of these. Here we go. So, you know, I'm pretty sure you have
Mm-hmm.
you feel as if you're really your friends.
How would they describe me?
Yeah.
I would say they would describe me as usually I'm more of the follower. I don't speak in front. I let them get in trouble, not me, you know. Uh-huh.
You're
Mm-hmm.
So, how do you describe yourself in one word?
In one word. Oof. Let me think about this. Hmm. Hmm. I would describe as dedicated.
So, what does Chick-Fil-A mean to you?
Well, personally, I don't have any personal stuff, but just out of the blue, I've it means to me because, well, I was not one, I was part of the second wave of hiring that they had, and I helped whenever I got executive, I helped build up completely with the milestone of 1,000 members.
I did hear that you guys are close to reaching.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you should say we, but next question. What is your biggest pet peeve?
My what?
Your biggest pet peeve.
Pet peeve?
Yeah, what you find your most.
Workers. Eh, sometimes sometimes because they don't listen or they don't get in their position in time for their shift to start. That gets on my nerves. You expect them to be there in time, and they fail.
So, if you were to receive $10 million tomorrow, either in real life or in Bloxburg money, what would you spend it on?
Well, if it would be Bloxburg, I would definitely try to invest it, for Chick-Fil-A because I know that currently we have a little project going on in the background. It's the construction of an HQ, a newly renovated HQ for all the executives, members of shift leads, etc. So I would try to invest in that. And then if it would be real life money, I would say I would pay off the house. I would pay off the house, make sure it's so I don't have to do monthly payments. As well as at least I would go on one vacation. Like, I mean, might as well treat yourself.
What would your vacation be?
I think I would go maybe to Florida, maybe Hawaii, somewhere over there. Cook, because I am a cook at the moment in my job, so I have some experience. Yeah,
What's your dream job as a child?
I've had a lot. So like going through your head and like, oh, I see that. I want to be a garbage collector. Oh, I see that. I want to be. Then you have all these scenarios in your head how it's gonna play out, and then well, it never does.
Yeah. I'm gonna build myself a 3-story house and this and that. I turned 18 in less than 2 months. Yeah,
It's a whole different world.
yeah. School for 2 days. So all 20 to
In colleges and universities.
to
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So there was a lot of controversy about that. As we already have most of the floor plans done, with all the reception, everything like that, there's not enough space for the offices of for shift leads, as well as the CEO himself, Verklis, commented about that the other day when he was on the plans and everything. There was a lot of shift leads asking for offices, etc. We don't have the budget or the space for it. That's the majority of it. So shift leads are gonna have to stick with cubicles. We'll see.
We'll see. Some of them. How do you spell? No. No. You said the experience. Well, let me phrase it like this. What is one thing that you know your business was successful that you did?
What I did not expect is the amount of transfers that I get, because people want to transfer from people, like they want to try BOH, be a cook, be a dishwasher, etc., etc. It's just that whenever they get there and they do the training and everything, sometimes it's very hard to do it. So that's why that they want to switch. They want to do a transfer to FOH. It's just that at the moment, sadly, I would love to say yes, but the problem is that we can't because the amount of it's unbalanced from both sides, which means we can't separate them in each, and then they would have more, and then we have less. There's a big difference in between.
Oh, well, we're gonna go on commercial break number 3, our last one of the show, and then we'll be back with some more info.
We're live.
So, would you say building team?
I say they're pretty good. With the Chick-Fil-A, it was a very good. All the customization that we have in there, all the customized items, etc., etc. I'm very glad that he's building the HQ as well. I think that's going to be a very great add-on. Um, that's a tough one. I don't know. Let's think a bit. I think I would change at least the organization the direction that we went to with all the trainings and etc. Like I think we could like reformulate them a bit better.
So, to do
We're live.
so, what was more challenging than you expected when you first started?
Shift leads.
Jesus, why was that so immediately?
It's because you need someone that can actually lead and etc etc. So and you need someone with professionalism, having respect for the employees that can actually handle challenging situations, everything like that. The hiring process is, I wouldn't say too simple. It's just not in depth. So I mean, we could just hire a random janitor, by example, and it would work out.
Which really alrighty. Um, what day do you think you get the most work done?
What days?
Yeah, what time period? Like morning, night.
Mornings.
So now for me though, that's the opposite. Because for me, I get the most work done. Like I can attempt to work during the day, but I won't. I get the most work done at night.
D
I
for
don't know.
me at night. At night I sleep.
Oh no.
So
At night I work. I'm gonna drive all the way through the night.
you're a vampire.
Literally. Now, did you always want to be like a hospitality director? When you, have you always
I for just any restaurant in Bloxburg, I would always wanted to become somewhat of a rank that I could earn respect and have fun in. I've never expected to be the hospitality director, but it's definitely been a journey throughout everything.
yes. So, do you agree that it's common that um, we can sometimes get overtaken, I should say, with the job?
For me, not that much because usually with something that most people are getting overtaken would be trainings, but for me, I have shift leads. I have a majority two shift leads that take care of everything. They make sure all the trainings are getting done. They make announcements, meetings. So it's like I just have to sit back and let them do what they do as with my approval.
Would you say that, sometimes some of our staff members can be a little bit over?
Yes. Sometimes it's by example for the employee of the month. Sometimes it's because they want a raise. Sometimes it can be all of different sorts.
And, as I said, you say that executive staff may be a little bit overly.
Maybe sometimes they want to implement a lot of stuff and they can get a bit overwhelming, especially if you don't even know how to use it or anything like that.
So, do you have any questions for me?
Not really. You have just with all the answers that you responded with. I think you answered all my questions. Yeah, promotions. Yeah, we're thinking of promoting some stuff. By example, I would say congratulations to Mr. Timmy over here that will be transferring from hospitality director to the operations director.
And I want to point out all the front of house team are sad to lose Timmy Anderson. He was amazing. I'm gonna be sad to lose him.
This is what I've noticed being in the position of they hate me. I will say they absolutely hate me. It's like they hate me though because I've done my job properly, but it's like they just I don't know what it is though. They absolutely hate me, bro.
For me, my backup helps love me. I think it's the opposite again.
Some that like love me like absolutely to death. Some that just absolutely hate me. It's like oh. But that is all I have for you today. Bert, we thank you for being on the Jumping into Reality podcast.
Yep.
Everyone, we hope to see you on the next one, guys. Please be sure to subscribe to us. Please be sure that you subscribe to us on YouTube, Jump Into Reality Live podcast. Be sure you follow us on X, Jump Into Reality podcast. Be sure you join us in the disc. Be sure you join us here at Bloxburg Chick-Fil-A. Maybe you can get a position here and work for me or Bert or our soon-to-be new front of house officer, which we will be interviewing shortly. You will meet him soon in a future interview. Maybe meet him. Or, would you like to be a guest here on the Jump Into Reality Live podcast? Well, then join our Discord server or visit our website today to apply to be a guest. Thank you for listening to the Jump Into Reality Live podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Timmy Anderson, and you've been good to us.
With that, cut.